Welcome in, guys. Today I'm joined by one of our sponsors from our Home Sweet Home event, Amanda Brunette. Thank you so much, Amanda, for being with us. Certainly appreciate your time. And you have had some exciting news since our event. So why don't you take a moment, share with our viewers a little bit about who you are and what that exciting news is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Greg. I am a realtor here in Pensacola, and I just switched over to Epique Realty. I switched over to Epique because it is just the brokerage is here locally and gives back to the community all the time. We're included in events, and I have a mentor that is just an absolute powerhouse. So she's going to give me all the tools I need to better serve my clients like you.
And I must say, Epique Realty, if you haven't heard of them, the vibe that the team brings is off the charts. I mean, one of my favorite groups that I've reached out to and worked with so far. Part of that reason, Amanda right here. And a little fun fact about how we met, Amanda was carrying a Scream purse to an event that we did for Home Sweet Home while I was wearing my Scream socks. So she's even extra cool because of that.
Super epic.
Yes. Why don't you maybe give us a little bit of advice on how you approach the first-time home buyers that you work with? Maybe something that you share with them to kind of help them get ready for the process?
Yeah, absolutely. Being a first-time home buyer can be scary. So the first thing, my approach is with education and patience. I
Mhm.
like to walk you through step by step, letting you know that I am here to guide you right next to you every step of the way. And it's not as scary when you have me by your side.
And I have to piggyback on the advice thing. For my approach to first time homebuyers is to try to act like they don't know anything about the process. Now, this isn't me trying to be condescending, but if I start to assume that first time homebuyers know everything about the process, then there may be something that I missed that I'm unable to share with them. That maybe if we don't talk about that, it sets them up incorrectly for the process or puts them in a bad position. So I think you hit the nail on the head with education and patience. When I bought my first home, I really wasn't educated enough. Now looking back on it, there's
Absolutely.
options out there. I think it's easy to just go with the flow and go with what the realtor is suggesting. Not that that's not, not saying that that's a bad thing, but I think doing research is something that people really need to do.
Absolutely.
If they don't do that research ahead of time, they're setting themselves up for failure. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Now you mentioned this could be a spooky process. Now, do you happen to have a maybe a scary story as it relates to real estate that you can share?
Yeah, actually, just a few weeks ago, I went to show a house for an out of state client, an investor, and this house was going to be a fix and flip opportunity. The folks that had lived in the house prior did pass away. What I did not know when I went into the house is that everything was the same. The furniture, the food in the cabinets, I mean, everything was left untouched.
Ooh.
So it had a little bit of a creepy vibe. On top of that, there was no power in the house. And
Ooh.
like I said, it's like a fix and flip opportunity. So, the house is a little bit creepy, but the vibe inside was just that much more creepy. So I took my video real quick and I ran out of there because you just never know if that guy was still watching me. So, yeah,
That's a great story and something that I'll share kind of on my side of things on spooky things as it relates to the mortgage world. Last year we had a client who was preparing for closing day. She reaches out to me and calls me and says, "Hey, can you verify that this information that I'm getting in this email is correct?" Well, lo and behold, taking a look at what she sent. Now, full disclosure, when you're closing on a home, you never want to take your wiring instructions via email. Never. We have a message on the bottom of our signature lines. But someone had spoofed the email address
oh
of
no.
the realtor, of the title agent, and was reaching out to the client, giving them false information, obviously, that in an attempt to steal their money. So just keep in mind, things, we live in a spooky, scary world out there, not just around
Absolutely.
Halloween time. So something to always keep in mind is any questions at all regarding wiring money or closing, you want to reach out to folks directly via phone. Call me, call your lender, call your title agent specifically because people will try to steal your money.
That is pretty crazy and
Yeah,
pretty scary.
yeah.
So, great
Um,
advice. Thanks,
yeah,
Greg.
absolutely. I mean, what would you say is the spookiest part of the real estate industry for maybe you or for buyers?
For buyers, it definitely is, I think, just taking that first step. You
Mhm.
know, real estate is scary. Buying a house is scary. It's quite literally probably the most expensive thing that you're going to buy in your lifetime.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I think just taking that first step and, you know, talking to a lender, see if you can get a pre-approval, finding a real estate agent that can help walk you through every step. So I really think it's just the first step of, you know, taking that leap to buy a house.
Yeah, the spooky part's the unknown, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the first time you're diving into this market. Again, it's the education piece of thing that I think that you and myself, folks in this industry, can certainly strive to do better. We don't want uneducated buyers. We don't want scared buyers going into this. This process is supposed to be a memorable one for the right reasons, not for someone stealing their money or for someone, diving into this uh, uneducated, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So let's turn this to some quick hitting content, if you will, right? Halloween season. These are the things that our clients want to know. So, step number one, question number one: what is your favorite Halloween movie? This is very important, by the way. Very important.
So I do have a couple. My first like kids Halloween movie would be Halloween Town. I've been watching that since I was probably 5 years old or whatever year it came out, because I'm sure it was back in the 90s. So I love that. I share it with my kids every single year. And then just really just any scary movie, the Saws movies, Scream. I just like to be scared. So
Yes,
scary
excellent.
movie for sure.
Okay. Let's go. Favorite Halloween candy.
Um, the Witch's Brew Kit Kat. So if you haven't ever had
Ooh.
one of those, go find one because
Ooh.
they are so good.
I have to look that up. Haunted houses or hay rides?
Definitely haunted houses for me.
Haunted houses. Okay. Pumpkin pie or pumpkin beer?
Definitely pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. All
Yeah.
right. So pumpkin patch, have to go or maybe next year?
We have to go every single year. My kids go and pick their pumpkins from the pumpkin patch. So we'll be going not this weekend, but the next weekend. Definitely.
Excellent. I might know the answer to this one, but Halloween or Christmas?
Definitely Halloween. I'm a spooky person at heart. So sticking with that Halloween vibe, I'd like to ask you some hard-hitting questions as well. What is your favorite Halloween movie?
Okay, favorite Halloween movie. I'm going to touch on a couple. First is Halloween with Michael Myers, the classic villain with the classic theme song. I'm going to add the movie Saw because it also has a classic theme song, I feel like. And if you haven't seen the movie Saw, the ending of that movie is spectacular. I'll throw in a kids one, Monster Squad, for honorable mention. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Okay, favorite Halloween candy, and I don't have any in this bucket. This is kind of for my trick-or-treaters, but my favorite Halloween candy is 100 grand. I also do like a classic Snicker bar, though.
Hay rides or haunted house?
I gotta go with haunted house. I think this is something that growing up as a kid, I went to a lot of haunted houses, and I like the spooky feeling. So,
Are you going to the pumpkin patch or are you holding off this year?
oh, pumpkin patch. We went this weekend. Actually, we were there for 4 hours with our neighbors, and we all took home pumpkins as we should.
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pumpkin pie or pumpkin beer?
Okay, this is very hard for me. I've loved pumpkin pie my entire life. On Thanksgiving, I would eat a full pumpkin pie several years in a row. But if you twisted my arm, I'm going to go pumpkin beer. Shipyard Pumpkinhead. Look it up.
Halloween or Christmas?
I've got to go. I've got to go Halloween. My kids would say all of them, but I've got to go Halloween. It's my favorite time of year by far.
Awesome, mind you. We do have a trunk or treat this weekend at the Ronald McDonald House. You will find us at 5200 Bayou Boulevard from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. We have over 25 decorated trunks coming. We have a bounce house, face paint. We'll have music and bubbles. It should be a great time. So this is a free community event. Bring out your family, bring out the kids, bring out your neighbors. It's going to be a great event. So I hope to see you there.
Happy Halloween!